While almost everyone desires to become rich, sadly, many people only dream about it without turning it into reality. A big part of becoming rich is learning how to handle money, make smart financial choices, and invest in ways that help it grow over time. When we look for role models to follow, it's wise to choose those who have already succeeded in this area. In this video, we'll talk about 5 ways that rich people grow their money, which poor people usually don't do. Number 1. They track everything. If you ask most people how much they spent on living and entertainment last month, they probably won't know. Similarly, if you were to ask them about their savings for the same period, they would probably respond with a vacant expression. This lack of awareness is not surprising, given that 61% of American adults do not utilize any form of budgeting. In contrast, the affluent understand and emphasize the importance of budgeting and expenditure monitoring in achieving financial success. Wealthy individuals often follow a 2-step approach to manage their finances. First, they assess their anticipated income for the upcoming month, which encompasses their salary, business profits, and potential investment earnings. This total serves as the initial reference point for employing the 20-30-50 budgeting method. The technique involves distributing income as follows. 50% is designated for essential living costs such as rent, utilities, and groceries, while the subsequent 30% is allocated to leisure expenses like dining out and entertainment. Finally, 20% is set aside for direct savings into an account. Once this budget framework is established, affluent individuals diligently monitor their expenses. Many millionaires link their credit cards to apps like Mint, which automatically categorize expenditures into budget segments. Some, however, opt for more traditional methods, such as recording purchases on their phone's Notes app and manually tallying totals at the end of the month. Regardless of the method, the wealthy track their financial transactions because they understand that without measurement, effective management is improbable. While you may currently believe that meticulous expense tracking is less vital without a substantial income, it's essential to recognize that forming sound financial habits early on has long-term benefits. Number 2. They employ financial discipline. When you ask a millionaire what it takes to get rich, they will definitely talk about the importance of being disciplined. This is because being disciplined is important in every step toward becoming successful. For example, if your goal is to secure a high-paying job, you must possess the discipline to pursue a quality education, which entails years of rigorous study and preparation. Likewise, if your path to riches involves building a business, discipline is essential to dedicate yourself to your company, even when your peers are enjoying social gatherings and leisure activities. As you make more money, being disciplined becomes even more important. It's crucial to recognize that your income level doesn't determine your wealth, rather, your ability to save is the determining factor. Saving requires discipline, like deciding to keep driving your 10-year-old car instead of indulging in that tempting new sports car. If you read important money books or listen to successful business people, you'll see that saving money is a key part of building lasting wealth. Remarkably, a recent study by Go Banking Rates found that 57% of Americans have less than $1,000 in their savings accounts, and an additional 39% lack any savings whatsoever. While acknowledging that saving money can be challenging, there are strategies that can facilitate the process. One effective approach is setting up automated deductions. This method safeguards against spending the entirety of your paycheck, guaranteeing a consistent savings practice. Another way to boost your savings is by increasing your earnings, as your ability to save is directly tied to how much you earn. While reducing expenses is a prudent starting point that yields swift results in savings, there's a limit to how much you can trim from monthly costs. Necessities like housing, food, and transportation will always factor in. To elevate your savings further, you must focus on the complementary aspect of your financial equation, which is your earnings. By finding opportunities to increase your income, whether through side gigs, freelancing, or skill development, you open up a new avenue for financial growth. It's like adding fuel to your financial engine. Just as a car can only go so far on a limited amount of fuel, your savings can only grow to a certain extent if your income remains stagnant. When you balance both cutting unnecessary expenses and boosting your earnings, you create a powerful synergy that propels you towards your wealth-building goals. Number 3. They live below their means. When people think about how millionaires live, they might picture them spending a lot of money on fancy clothes and really expensive cars. However, the truth is that millionaires tend to be prudent spenders who adhere to a lifestyle that matches their means. Their ability to accumulate substantial wealth is, in part, attributable to their adeptness at evading the pitfalls of the income trap. The income trap captures many people as their earnings go up, because when their income increases, their spending also tends to rise. For instance, a modest sedan might adequately fulfill your needs when your annual income is $50,000. However, should your earnings double, you may be tempted to upgrade to a luxury vehicle. This surge in spending is often governed by what's referred to as Parkinson's law. This idea suggests that the more time you have, the more work you'll do to finish it. In the financial context, it implies that one's spending tends to match the amount at their disposal. Available means not only the money you have in your bank account right now, but also other things you can use. That's why people can get into serious money problems when they use up all their credit and spend more than they can really afford. This behavior is often attributed to a lack of financial control. Sadly, regular schooling usually doesn't teach useful things like how to make a budget or manage money wisely in everyday life. If you don't get advice from family or friends who know how to handle money well, you might face difficulties in managing your finances as you get older. This practice of living below your means holds even greater significance for entrepreneurs and business owners. This is because business ventures experience both prosperous periods marked by substantial revenues and challenging times characterized by decline. If you allow your spending to significantly surpass your means during prosperous phases, you will be ill-equipped to weather the storm of economic downturns. Such financial strain could potentially lead to the bankruptcy of your business. Number 4. They put their money to work. Life is like playing Monopoly, where the person who has the best properties ends up with the most money. These investments not only generate steady income as the game progresses, but they can also be liquidated for a substantial lump sum at the game's conclusion. But these profitable investments need money, so rich people put their money into investments. Sadly, when regular people get their money, they usually spend it right away, or put it in a savings account at best. While placing money into a savings account is superior to squandering it on trivial purchases, this approach falls short in terms of wealth growth. On average, a regular savings account gives you a tiny 0.09% interest per year, meaning that with $50,000 saved, you'd only make around $45 in interest. This is precisely why the wealthy prioritize investing their savings. Starting your investment journey early gives you big benefits. Consider Warren Buffett, who bought his first stock at the age of 11. Through strategic and consistent investments spanning numerous decades, he has risen to become one of the world's wealthiest individuals. But it's not just billionaires who keep investing over time. On average, millionaires allocate 20% of their household income each year to investments, thereby making investing a substantial component of their wealth accumulation strategy. Contrary to expectations, the investment choices of millionaires are often quite similar to those of the average investor, such as Roth IRAs and 401ks. Yet, they diversify their investment portfolio to encompass additional avenues like real estate properties and personal development ventures. And number 5. They never touch the principal. What truly sets these prosperous individuals apart from the less affluent is their steadfast commitment to preserving their principal sum. While it has been mentioned that a significant number of millionaires adhere to a frugal lifestyle, some do indulge in luxury spending. Interestingly, spending a lot of money doesn't make them poor or hurt their wealth. This is due to their steadfast avoidance of touching the principal amount. In financial terms, the principal refers to the original sum of money invested in an asset. For instance, if you were to purchase 10 shares for $100,000 that generate an annual dividend of $20 per share, the initial $100,000 invested constitutes the principal, while the $2 per share signifies the dividend income. Essentially, The rich avoid using up the assets that make money for them, which keeps their wealth safe from their spending choices. Sadly, most people depend on money they get by working for hours. When your income is only from work, any spending directly reduces your wealth, and money that's not invested doesn't increase enough to have extra to spend. To cultivate passive income, one can consider various investment options. Among my preferred methods are investment properties, dividend stocks, and real estate investment trusts. Investment properties involve purchasing buildings using a down payment, the principal, and generating cash flow through rental income. Dividend stocks are appealing because they pay you regularly without making the value of the company in the market go down. Real estate investment trusts, which are companies owning real estate that generates income, function like mutual funds for real estate investing. Owning shares of a real estate investment trusts entitles you to a share of the profits generated by the real estate investment. Investing this way in real estate allows you to earn money without the hassle of owning properties, dealing with tenants, or collecting rent. That concludes today's video. I hope it was informative and beneficial to you. If you found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up. I welcome your feedback, so feel free to share your thoughts in the comments section below. Lastly, remember to subscribe and turn on notifications so that you don't miss any future videos. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.